Hello minasan, Hikiyami Moriko desu, and welcome to another indie game. This one's called Unsent Letter. Unsent Letter. Yeah, you see? And it's by the developer Altila, and this is another game from the O2A2 visual novel game jam 2023. So it's supposed to be like a short visual novel, right? Let's start the game. At Tyr's Empire, there is fearsome young general who is said to be the strongest knight on the continent. The man will march into the battlefield in his black armor. Just by hearing his name, the enemies will tremble in terror. When he took out his sword, there was nothing that awaited the enemies other than death. His name is Evan Wilhelm, the Tyr's Empire's obsidian knight. However, today he is taking a break from the battlefield. He's at his desk instead, with papers on the table and a pen in his hand. He starts writing. I bet he's writing the unsent letter. What is this anime song? To my best friend, Edgar Kun. How are you? I hope over there it is much better than here. There's a lot of things that I want to tell you, but since I'm bad at talking, I'm writing a letter instead. Talk about your situations, talk about the weather. The situations? This war between Tyr's Empire and Arvi's kingdom seems to be never ending. I just came back from the front line and was told to prepare for dispatch again. Honestly, I was reluctant to go, but I was ordered to go to the battlefield, so I had no choice but to go. Yeah, you just said that I was reluctant to go, so I had no choice but to go, yeah. My life belongs to the Emperor and this empire. That's my oath as a knight. Hey Edgar, do you remember? We used to share the same dream, to become a knight that protected the empire. But my father said that there are no knights in this empire, only murderers wearing knight's armor. I didn't agree with him back then. Now I sort of disagree? I sort of disagree with him. You once told me that I could find my own definition of a knight instead of going with textbook definition. The image of the ideal knight is like those from old stories. Strong, kind, and devoted to the country and its citizens. A knight that does their best for the sake of protecting what needs to be protected. I'm nowhere near that, but I believe I can become a true knight by protecting this empire. Stories are just stories. Mere ideals, or so I thought until I met a certain person. Someone that felt like he was out of those knights from the fairy tales. He was strong, but that wasn't all. That person inspired people instead of instilling fear. He respected other people's life, even as he took them. Yeah, that sounds like something really... I respect you, die. He might be an enemy's general, but to me, he was an ideal knight. His name is Cloud Etherrose. Did you just fall in love with the enemy general? What are you doing? Still, I continue to kill, to spill blood, even though I know spilled blood can be returned to the body and that people can come back to life. All because the Emperor ordered me to. Tell me, Edgar, what's the point of war? There's no justice, no glory in war, only bloodshed. I feel like I'm getting further and further away from being a proper knight. Today is the anniversary of your death, or should I say execution? I realize that this letter might be left undelivered. It was my own wishful thinking that you might be able to read this from that side. I regret not saying this when you were alive, but to me you were a jerk? Nah, it sounds like a good friend. You were a good friend to me. Since my father was a high-ranking officer, if he was a jerk, I wouldn't be writing a letter to him, right? A high-ranking officer, other apprentices were scared of me, but you were different. You approached me, treated me as a friend, and encouraged me when I was down. You are probably the only one who didn't see me as the Obsidian Knight, but as myself. Now that you were gone, I feel like I have no ally. People around me are treating me like a tool to win the war. I can't say it out loud, but I hate it. I can feel my mind crumbling with each passing day. Is this what people call depression? I don't know about that. It wasn't just once or twice. I thought of going after you. But I'm a knight. If I'm going to die, I want to die on the battlefield. Alright, About Claude Edelrose. Apparently he has a little sister, her name is Clarissa. She's also a native Arbis serving on the front line. When she saw me, I could feel an intense murderous intent from her. She shouted at me, vowed that she would kill me, who slew her brother. So you killed the other? Okay. When I heard that, I was happy. She was cursing at me, but her words sounds like salvation instead. I must have gone mad. Or maybe I'm just tired of war of everything. I'm looking forward for the day she could defeat me. So, please wait a bit longer. Hey Edgar. I never had the chance to ask, what is a knight to you? You can save the answer for when we meet. From your friend Evan Wilhelm. The end. It says, thank you for playing. Thank you for making the game. That was really short. Not the game, the thank you for playing the game. Passed it too fast. Okay, so what I can notice so far from this game, it has a lot of typos and a lot of like problems in the writing. Again, it's only 1K words and it's a game jam game, right? So problems like that are to be expected. Let's try again. But let's try different things. Like, let's talk about the weather, right? The weather is not really great recently, many of the knights fall sick. I'm a bit worried, I don't want to push them too hard, but the next campaign is on the corner. Honestly, I was reluctant to go, but I was ordered to go on the battlefield, so I had no choice but to go. This is kinda redundant, like, I was reluctant to go, but I was ordered to go, so I had no choice but to go. Yeah, you don't need to say to go 3 times, that's what I'm talking about, especially when you have like limited amount of words, you can like, I was reluctant, but I was ordered to go, so I had no choice, right? You don't have to put to go multiple times and you can save some words, right? It's just, I'm just pointing something out, right? It's not a huge problem. It doesn't really affect the game in any way. My life belongs to the Emperor of the Empire. Do you remember? So we are bound to see repeated text, and it's totally common for this game jam. I have played multiple games from this game jam before, and they reuse text. It's a way to make the story longer and like more expensive without actually using text. So reusing lines, it's totally fine, right? This is not a problem. Remember, this is for the O2A2 game jam, A202. So I agree. Now let's see what happens if I agree, right? As we entered my knighthood and went to war, I realized something. All we did was, to put it simply, just killing people who knew nothing about. I have long stopped counting how many people I kill on the battlefield as I shot my head off. I just saw my blades again and again and again, staining my sword in red as I walk among the rear of blood and piles of corpses. They will appear in my dreams, haunting me, trying to drag me along with them to the bottomless pit of darkness. I don't know if this is the correct background music for all the range of emotions this visual novel is like showing, right? Because it kinda sounds happy and melancholic, but we are talking about like the trauma of war, so maybe something more neutral would have been better. Even until now, there are times when I can't sleep because I'm afraid of nightmares. Still, I continue to kill. What if I tell him he was a jerk? You were such a jerk. Calling yourself my friend, but you didn't tell me anything. You want to share your problems with me. You were always smiling if there was nothing wrong and if you had no worries. Was I that unreliable? Was I untrustworthy? Now that you were gone, I feel like I have no ally. People around me are treating me like a tool to win the war. I can say it loud, but I hate it. I can feel my mind crumbling with each passing day. Okay, so even if he's a jerk, I don't hate him. I just hate his death, right? Okay, I guess I can. Oh. When she saw me, okay, I can skip this. Okay, it's it is skipped too much. Okay, so that was Unsent Letter, right? Another O2A2 game. This one I feel it's a little bit like, compared to the other ones I have played, it's a little bit rough around the edges, right? Again, nothing wrong. The story is actually kind of interesting. I like it. Like the introduction, it's really good. The introduction, like this night, and it really got me hyped up. But then you just like switch to like writing the letter, and it kind of like it takes like a down on excitement. It's not necessarily bad, but I didn't enjoy that much. Like knowing the characters of, again, this game jam has a lot of limitations, right? Only one of each asset, only one keywords. The itch.io page for the game says there are choices but only one ending. That's something I really don't like that much. You can make an ending for, well, my suggestion would have been like make a game thing for like agreeing that killing people is good and being like a bad knight, and not liking your friend, and make a good ending for like when you think killing people is bad and you love your friend, right? That would have been like two endings. I think all the games I have played for this game jam has one or more endings. Even the pizza game, the pizza delivery game, has like three endings, I think. It was two endings too, right? So I think for short visual novels, make at least two endings so you add replayability to the game, right? These games are short and you can easily add two or three endings for people to replay the game. Because even if you have different choices and the different choices have slightly different dialogues, if you don't really get a different ending, it feels like a waste of time, a little bit, right? So my suggestions for this game, I know it's a game jam and it's just suggestions, right? And again, there's nothing wrong with the game. My suggestions will be that, like, check the spelling a little bit more because you can save words by writing quote unquote better. And maybe make like two endings, right? So people can replay the game a little bit. Aside from that, I think like the sprite of the character, the background, really good. I like it. The music, it's nice, but I don't know if it fits the game completely. Again, I think the solid point of this game is the story, right? Like these tellings of the war that you don't actually see them, but you can like tell it's really taking a toll on the main character because he can't do this anymore. He misses his friend. He met another one that he liked, but he has to kill them because obviously you're a knight, you're a tool, right? Like he mentions, knights are just tools, right? So you're kind of trapped in this thing that you have to do, but you don't want to do it, but you have to do it because you think it fits with your ideals. So I think a really solid story and like moral conflict for the game. The execution, again, it's a little bit around the edges, but it's not unplayable and it's not bad by any means, right? And by the short time that this game was made, and for the game jam it was made, I think it's really good. The only thing I'm thinking is that I hope that background music it's not copyrighted. So yeah, I think that was Unsent Letter. I didn't choose all the choices, so if you guys want to play the game, the link will be there in the description with all the games I have played so far. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you, developer, for making the game. I really like the night. I will see you guys in the next indie game, stream, or whatever. See you later.